Deus Vult, my fellow gamers. Here I am messing with some of this Metal Earth mess, building a DeLorean for my wife. And I hate these things. I really hate these things. I had a buddy of mine, I built a Optimus Prime for him. And I mean, the finished product was pretty cool, pretty nice. But getting there was the pain in the butt. And I hate this stuff. It's so flimsy. You can snap it, no problem. And, you know, I've spent over 20 years dealing with miniatures and dealing with very, very small pieces and doing it kind of precisely. And this stuff takes the cake. This stuff is ignorant. And here I am, I have the tools. Okay, so here we have the bug. It comes with this fantastic bending tool, they call that. But the bug, this is actually high quality photo etch bending tools for models. If you guys, usually they don't call it photo etch in the gaming world, but in the model world, it's definitely photo etch. It's brass, a lot easier to bend than this steel stuff. And you know, you just use this tool for all kinds of different pieces, and it has everything that you need in here. It's just fantastic. They make bigger ones that are more elaborate and far more expensive, but this is really all that you need. It's fantastic, a beautiful tool. Yeah, made in the USA. But it's called the Bug. I forget where I got it from, but if you guys go on eBay or whatever, type in the Bug, or Green Stuff World might have this as well. So really very nice tool. Bring it up, you switch your, this area here is really the bending platform, but I even do stuff on the edges as well. So you put whatever you want in there, just line it up, screw it down, and it's good to go. Okay. Very nice tool, and it's expensive. So I have that. I have all the manner of very small tools, and you even make tools for this stuff. You get pieces of wire. If it's an especially small round piece, you get stuff like that, and you make your own tools. I've used the handle of my little cleaning brush here to round pieces off, because some pieces are a bit wider than others. You can use the ends of your files to round pieces off, and your X-Acto blades to round off these pieces of metal. This stuff is just flimsy garbage, man. I really hate it. Here we have the chassis built of this. Underneath here, man, this undercarriage was a pain in the butt. The way that it's perforated, okay, you bend it once and it stayed there, okay. You know, if you bend it back again, it's gonna snap right in half. And there, you know, I mean, I guess you can glue this thing together if you really want to, but yeah, it's a lot of work put into here, and I hate these things. I really do. Of course, you know, looking at it, it isn't the easiest one to build. So maybe if I built one of the easier ones, I'd be like, oh, this is some great stuff. But I despise these. The material it's made of. Okay, let's talk about Hawk War Games for a second here. They do stuff right. Not the Kickstarter stuff, because they epically fell on their face, lost me as a customer forever. Anytime you contact the company, say, hey man, I gave you a lot of money, and this stuff is being, you know, given to stores, but I don't have my early release stuff. I don't have anything. What the H, man? So anyway, yeah, their Kickstarter stuff, all that stuff is crap, but the models are actually good models, and I did enjoy them when they still had my business. But when they had, what is it called? The Resistance. Okay, they had the Resistance, and I loved the Resistance. I thought it was cool. It had the special edition bus and all that stuff. The double-decker British bus. Of course, it's a British company, so why not have it? But for their helicopters, which are really awesome models, they had etched steel. Now, it wasn't like this flimsy garbage, okay? It was for real steel. It was probably a little bit, no, it was about the same thinness. But I don't know what they made it out of. It said steel on it. And when you cut the blades out, put them on the helicopters, I mean, they would not bend. Like, you could cut someone with this stuff. But this mess here is like the butter version of metal. I don't know. I guess it's one step above aluminum. Or if you're in England, aluminium. That sounds so stupid. But anyway, so this stuff is garbage. And they still don't even have a proper tool set for these. Like, if you go in the aisle that has these things, they'll have like this very, very generic tool set, which won't even have, like, this is Craftsman. Okay, this is a good set of very small needle nose pliers. They have the stuff for like making wreaths and stuff like that. It's kind of garbage, very, very clumpy. It doesn't come to this fine point. It's terrible, and they market it as tools for this. Bring out a set of proper tools. Bring out gauges of round bar stock to bend your mess with. When you have stuff like these little tires, it's one strip of metal, and you have to bend that into a strip. Now, this being, of course, the butter of metal, it's kind of easy and whatnot. But really, they should really thicken the gauge up. And look at this. It's just a nightmare. This door piece here, I mean, look at that. You bend that crap wrong and it's broken. It is terrible. The steering wheel had this little rounded piece. You can't even see it because this other block piece, it's a rounded piece right there. It took me so long to bend these two little tabs just to secure this little flimsy rage. So, yeah. Just so you guys know, like, okay, I've done models for 20 plus years, whatnot, and I read instructions for everything that I build. These instructions are garbage, by the way. They're utter garbage. Okay, so yeah, that's the one little piece I just showed you. And yeah, I mean, they show you the piece, then they show you some of the bins, and then they're like, oh, this is the bins, and this is, I don't know what this stupid blue arrow does. Like, what the heck, man? There is no, like, write a note in here. Have something. This E is the engraved side, or the colored side. That's what that means. So they do have a key in here. So they have keys for all the pieces. And they have keys for some of the symbols for the pieces, which some of the symbols they don't even use. See? E, N-E, a dude pointing, a blue, and then a blue circle and a green triangle. What the hell? And then they've got these simple tools here. Yeah, no, this is not going to cut it. Okay? That's not going to cut it. Because most of your garden trimmers or whatever, your side cutters, they're not going to get in here. They are not going to get in here. The only way I can get in here is these Tamiya sharp side cutters, which, man, those things have seen better days, the poor guys. But, man, trying to line that up through a camera. See, you don't have much room. You don't have much room to cut those up. Let me see. I have a nice pair. This is, again, Craftsman. A nice pair of side cutters. I would never use this on models. I don't know why it's on my desk, to be honest with you. I think I was cutting, that's right, I was cutting brass tubing and brass rod with this for, well, for other projects I'll show you. Let me see. Oh my gosh. You can't, like, barely, it doesn't even, like, let me see. Oh, there it is. But you see how jagged that is? Oh man, it's jagged. Okay. So in comes the Tamiya diamond file, number 400. Okay. This is for photo etch material. Okay. Brass, very, very fine diamond coat on this file. You know, not everyone has this. This is a specialist tool, man. And, you know, you're going to need that to get that jagged piece of garbage. Man, look at that. That's terrible. That's terrible. So, yeah, I don't know what these guys can do to improve their quality. But I tell you this is the last one that I build. I'm just absolutely refusing to do any more of this. I had to buy 2 of these kits. The first one on the main body underneath here, since it's perforated, and you can see that right there, perforation, and that is in all the pieces. You can kind of see a little bit back there as well, but that snapped on me, snapped completely friggin' off. So yeah, I was livid. So this is actually like a $30 kit instead of a $15 kit. But it costs a lot more in time and frustration value. I just hope that I'm able to get this one complete with the parts of 2. Because it just keeps snapping. Now, I don't have the most delicate, girly hands. My hands are pretty rough and gross. And yeah. So, you know, maybe that's the case. I don't think so, because I'm into precision work. I mean, you know, hey, diamond file, like, come on, man. I've got tons of very, very sharp X-Actos for a lot of this bending. Because in order to get these very, very tiny tabs bent over, you can't do it with a lot of muscle, you know. So you have to hold the piece, and then the reason why I use a sharp one, a sharp X-Acto, is because it grabs the top of the little rounded notch and bends it over. If you're to use a dull one, like I have one here for a lot of metal work here, getting rid of mold lines and stuff. If you have a dull one, it's just going to roll right over. That's not going to work. So this stuff is bad. You know, I mean, the final product looks a little neat, but it's so much frustration, so much just of a nightmare. I mean, you know, this shit, man, that should not. No, I think that's no bueno. Yeah, and when you're done, you gotta polish all the fingerprints off. Yeah. I'm not a fan. If you guys are fans of this stuff, like, Lord have mercy, you know, try to build that stinking, with that delicate little arm on it to grab the electrified wires on top. Bro, no way. No way. I wonder how much of this stuff they actually just glue together. They're just like, okay, let's build it for people, but we're going to cut the garbage and we're just going to glue it together instead of dealing with the little tabs. You know, maybe that's what I should do. But no, I'm building this thing. See, I don't even know if they bent the tabs. It looks like they just have the tabs straight out. Because let me tell you, that steering wheel, it's a flat piece of metal. You got this super, super tiny tube behind it with these 2 prongs. Trying to bend those 2 prongs on being able to hold next to nothing. Bro, Oh man, I was like a sailor there for a good 15 minutes. It was terrible. Yeah, so we'll see how the rest of the build goes, but yeah, bending it. Yeah, it's that easy. It's that easy. Yeah. You guys, nightmare. I despise these things. So that's what's taking up my time right now. After I get done with this mess, I might get back to some either painting Mercs miniatures or painting some Dead Zone stuff. So stay tuned, I guess, for that goodness. But I just wanted to vent real quick. If you guys see this DeLorean kit, it's cool and all that good stuff, but maybe just super glue this mother together. Don't even worry about these tabs. Just grind them off with a Dremel or something. Don't even worry about it. All right, guys, take it easy. Stay safe out there. Carry a liaison.